Offset versus redraw. If you choose the wrong one, your accountant might want to punch you in the chest. If they do, then you have an aggressive accountant. Seriously though, choosing the right feature here is important, so let's have a look, see which one is right for you. Well, firstly, they do the same thing. They reduce how much interest you pay on your home loan. An offset account is just like an everyday transaction account. You can move money into it, you can move money out of it, you can have a debit card linked to it. And the idea is that you park as much money as you can into that account, and that will reduce the amount of interest you pay on your mortgage. For example, if you have a $500 million mortgage and you put $100 million into your offset account, then you only pay interest on the difference being $400 million. A redraw facility, on the other hand, is when you make above minimum repayments to your home loan. Any amount you contribute above the minimum is now available as redraw. So if your minimum repayment was $1,000, but you paid $1,500, then you have the extra $500 available as redraw. And you just reduced your loan by $500, so therefore you pay less interest. So therefore, every dollar you have in an offset account or your redraw facility will offset your home loan. So in terms of calculating how much interest you pay, they both do the same thing. But where they differ is quite interesting. Now, they have some tax implications, which we'll cover in a sec, but the thing that intrigues me is the psychological effect. In the case of an offset account, if you had, say, $50,000 sitting there is a greater chance that you will spend this money than if it was sitting in a redraw. But Jacob, I'm disciplined with my money. This isn't relevant to me. Bull. I guarantee that being able to see $50,000 sitting in an account, an everyday transaction account with its own debit card, will affect your spending habits at some point. Spending an extra $100 here and there doesn't even get noticed out of $50,000. And the bank knows this. That's why an offset account exists. The bank knows that you will spend that money and therefore take longer to repay your home loan, therefore making the bank more money. And on top of this, the offset facility comes with its own fees. You use a monthly fee or an annual fee, and you normally even have a higher interest rate. On the other hand, if you were to put the money into redraw, then you are actually paying down your home loan, which feels fantastic. It feels so good that you're probably less likely to actually take the money back out, increasing your home loan, especially if it's for buying things you don't need. Additionally, depending on the lender, there's usually an extra little hurdle to get over to get the money back out of redraw, whether it's a phone call or filling out a form. You essentially do actually have to apply to have the money taken back out of redraw. Now, it's usually a fairly easy process, but just having that little barrier there that doesn't make the money instantly obtainable can make a huge difference. And the redraw facilities are usually attached to the cheapest home loan products. That is the no fees, lowest interest rate products. So why would you have an offset account if it costs more and is probably going to have you spending more over the life of the loan? Well, you want one if you are going to use the property for investment purposes. And this is because the interest on an investment property is tax deductible. So when you put money into a redraw account and lower that debt, you're actually lowering the amount of debt that you can claim tax deductibility on. And if you have access to those funds and pull them back out to do anything that's non-investment related, like buying a car or going on a holiday, then the chunk you just took back out can no longer be claimed as tax deductible. Whereas if you had the extra money in an offset account, you're free to use it and it doesn't change the level of debt that you have. So to recap, redraw is your no frills option where you actually pay your home loan down, but it might not be the best strategy for investment purposes. An offset account gives you freedom with your money, which is both a positive and a negative, especially if you like spending money. Another note, in both of these facilities, the interest is calculated daily. So any money that you do have, get it in there straight away. If you're looking to buy a property and you have less than a 10% deposit, then I recommend checking out my other video where I explain genuine savings.